But one thing's for certain, she is in the 5,000 metres and lines up in the... A moment for the early stages. It is really sticky tonight. Rodissa Schwarzer, USA, installments. She's next to Sarah Chilang meters. She's the 7th fastest of all time. Looks somewhat pensive. Camilla Buscombe, she's been a great ambassador. Teferi on the left, second in those trials. Lilian Rengaruk. Rose Davies giving a nice wave for the camp. 5,000 final. Barely a breath of wind, 30 degrees. We had a lot of rain between, and as we so often see, John,
they'll go out. No real need to be in a great hurry. He decides that they need to go faster. You're out there. The other thing, as you mentioned, with no wind, makes leading not quite as taxing as you might normally.
At school now, heading up to the longer distances, and look on the developments in Olympic history, male or female. If
correct, right up there with through that somehow to get those distances. You got to go twice here, and I think that ultimately becomes
at the moment. Beating Hassan in the Diamond League earlier this season.
As all of them, as the case really with any
the big screen here in Arca, and there is international teams are dotted around the arena. They are allowed around the world who've worked so hard. People will never meet, but without them.
She needs to get her running more smooth on that runway.
Broader towards the front. She's coming up onto the shoulder of Agnes Tirop, and Hassan has got herself, she's right in the centre of your picture there. She's got herself gap. Camille Buscombe of New Zealand trying to hang on to the back of Sifan Hassan, trying to part with ahead of the final. Yasmin Khan in. Agnes Tirop looks pretty comfortable in third, and Lilliman in fourth. She's genuinely world class
over the last 4 or 5 1,600 meters. Shut it down, and the it's one of these where they
the leading contenders on up front with Tirop just behind her and Rengaruk. Conditions are tricky because at this pace you wouldn't expect.
Since gotten married and had a great run at the trials, didn't have the standard, but none of this pushing, none of the shoving, no elbows, none of that.
They're coming back towards the front. And there are still people tripping each other up. 2 lap skips
the last time around. Finished a respectable 9th within that top 5 and get an automatic qualifying berth.
For position. Yasmin Khan has just burst of the 2 Ethiopians, and there Agnes Tirop just had her strong from the world 1,500-meter champion. She's had no. Hassan makes it, so too Tirop. Both Ethiopians as fastest losers pretty much went to the form book.
You'll hope that you can execute that, and you think that's exactly what the talented running. 14:52 previously had been the fastest qualifier.
Sifan Hassan comfortably inside 14:50. Tirop